So, welcome again. I'm John, head of growth here at Optimong. I am responsible for growing Optimong and also helping our e-commerce customers to grow their e-commerce stores as well. So, I'll be giving this webinar to you. Why I wanted to create something like this, why I wanted to create a webinar about remarketing. It's because I'm pretty active in the community. I do talk with a lot of e-commerce owners and marketers, and most of them are complaining that remarketing is not working as it used to, right? Um, so I realized that a lot of people are wondering like what's happening in the remarketing, and also it was a great timing that we were working on an antidote for this remarketing problem. So that's why I wanted to create this webinar. This is going to be a pretty short one. It's going to be like 30 minutes because it's more like introductory one, and more will be coming later on. All right, so I decided to divide this webinar into three. The first part, as I just mentioned, like I'm pretty active in the e-commerce community, and people were complaining that remarketing is not working as it used to. So I'm going to explain why this is happening. And in the second part, I'm going to give you the solution to that, how you can revive your remarketing game and how you can collect more leads. And in the third part, I'm going to teach you how you can use it, like how easy it is to get started with this solution. Right. Okay. So let's just talk about the good old days of remarketing with an example. So I have Kate here, 35 years old. I always use Kate in every single one of my webinars. If you joined the previous one, you would recognize her, but this time she's blonde. She used to be brunette. I guess she dyed her hair. Anyways, let's just get back into here. So before, this is how remarketing used to work. Kate, 35 years old, she sees your fancy awareness building ad, and then she clicks or taps onto it. And then your best buddy, Facebook Pixel, collects the information about her behavior. Right? 2 minutes later, she's checking your product pages, and she's suddenly bombarded with a lot of aggressive pop-ups, giving discount and trying Kate to opt in. And Kate decides that she's not going to buy something, or she's not going to give you her email address, and she ends up leaving your website without leaving contact information. But luckily, you got the Facebook pixel that collected her behavior inside your store already. And then 3 days later, you decided, okay, you want to do some remarketing based on the products you visited. Now you do that, you do your remarketing campaign, boom, you got some dollars or euros or pounds, whatever it is. So you made the sale. That's how it used to work, right? But then there was a problem with it. What was the problem with relying on Facebook remarketing? Well, you became addicted to Facebook because you have no contact information to do remarketing via other channels. When you don't have your own channels, you have to rely on other platforms such as Facebook. And this is not good because you don't have control over those platforms, as all of us know. I think, was it yesterday, either yesterday or the day before, when Facebook and Instagram collapsed, like pretty much everything got into each other. And also you build no relationship, right? You're not really giving a good impression or a good experience to your visitors. So there's no point why they should give you their contact information. All right, what happened? Why it's not working anymore? Well, Apple happened. Apple just released iOS 14, and then no more automated pixel tracking. Now iOS users need to give permission to be tracked. And what does it mean? Well, it means, I'll explain now. All of you probably seen this like small pop-up when you enter the Facebook from your iOS device. That basically app is asking you if you can track the user behavior inside the app, and if user says no, then you don't track it. No more automated Facebook pixel, so you don't get the information, right? And the problem with this is that when you run your next awareness campaign, you can no longer do remarketing if a person doesn't allow Facebook to track activity. So information is gone. And as far as I remember, like either like 55 or 60% of US market is using iOS. So there's a big impact here. And also you can no longer rely on remarketing ads as the big part of your remarketing strategy. And well, if you don't have contact details, you are leaving a lot of money on the table, right? You have to own your own channels. Otherwise, you are leaving a lot of money on the details by letting these people go without collecting any information. So what do you have to do? Well, first of all, you have to stop relying heavily on Facebook remarketing. And then you have to just deal with this problem and start building your own channel, start building your own list. Right? How do you do that? How do you start building your own list, right? Well, you can do that by using non-aggressive and non-annoying pop-ups. I'm saying non-aggressive, non-annoying because a lot of e-commerce stores are using pop-ups in a very aggressive way, and then this ends up annoying users. That's probably why a lot of people are saying pop-ups do work, but they are annoying. So how do you create pop-ups that will help you to build your list without annoying your visitors, right? That's the key thing. There are a couple of things. First of all, you need to segment your website visitors based on their intent. Your each page will have a different intent, and your each visitor will have a different intent. So you need to segment them based on their intent level, right? So that you can deliver the right message at the right time, you can use the right pop-up time at the right stage. And then you need to try to get their contact information by providing value. How do you provide value to first-time visitor? Well, if you're using content, right, you can use your content, and instead of just like using your pop-ups in an aggressive way, just like offering discount, you can offer your content there. For example, let's say that you're selling accessories, right? And then you have this styling guide for 2022, right? Just deliver that to your visitor, and that's going to provide value to the person. Or you have to deliver the right message to your website visitors. For example, let's take Kate as an example again. Let's say Kate is looking for a necklace, and then you're pushing her pop-ups about rings. This is going to annoy her. She's not looking for rings. She's looking for necklaces, right? And if you start a conversation with her when she visits for the first time and you understand what is it that she's looking for, then you can deliver the right message to her. I'm going to tell you how you can start a conversation with her later on. And then you need to ask your website visitors question to understand their interests, and so that based on their interests, you can make this shopping journey personalized for them. What you don't want to do is that you don't want people to force and make them purchase, right? That's what most of the e-commerce stores are doing, just like using aggressive pop-ups, and they only think about, all right, how can we make these people buy in their first visit? That's something you don't want to do. Okay. How do you build your list? I mean, pop-ups. A lot of e-commerce stores have been using pop-ups for some time, and this, there's nothing wrong with it. They do work, but sometimes they end up annoying our visitors, right? And this is how most people are using pop-ups, right? Just like in the example here, just sign up now and get your 15% off. Give me your name, your email, and then submit. There's nothing personalized here. You're just randomly sending these pop-ups without even knowing what are the interests and desires of your visitors. And also the problem here is that you don't have any data except email. And this is a showstopper if you're going to run personalized campaigns. If you the only thing you know about the visitor is their email, how are you going to make this experience personalized for them? How can you make remarketing campaign based on their interest? Email is not going to give you that. And since you can't rely on Facebook remarketing anymore, it is essential that you need to gather as much personal information as you can from your visitors. Okay, so now I'm going to go into the solution part. We don't have this guy in the office, but my team created something really, really good for you guys. And I am happy to introduce conversational pop-ups. I've mentioned starting conversation a couple of times in the webinar, and this is how you do it. You can see it is still a pop-up, but the purpose here is that you're trying to start a conversation with your new homepage visitors. Okay, you use this with your new homepage visitors. Instead of just giving them random discounts and forcing them to opt in, you're trying to start the conversation here by asking what is it that they're looking for, what are they interested with. As you can see here in this simple template, We're asking what the visitor is interested. If t-shirt, we will start sending messages, start sending pop-ups related to t-shirts, right? If it's pants, then we'll do the same for the pants. So the way I see conversational pop-ups, let me just give you an analogy. Let's say that, okay, I don't know if you guys know Harrods in London. It's a big department store, which I really, really like. Let's say that you go to Harrods, and then as soon as you enter the department store, store clerk approaches you, and then she says, "Hey, like, do you want to check our newest like designer perfumes?" And then you're like, "Nah, just leave me alone, please." Like, because I'm here to look for shoes. I'm not looking for designer perfumes. This is the way you use the traditional pop-ups. You don't know what is it that your visitors are looking for, and you're just randomly like using pop-ups. Let me tell you how conversational pop-ups would work in this case. Again, let's say that you're entering Harrods department store, and then the store clerk approaches you and she says, "What is it that you're looking for? Can I help you?" And then you say, "Well, I'm looking for designer shoes." And then she says, "Oh, great. Let me show you the newest ones. And then let me show you where they are." Because Harrods is a big store, and there's someone who's helping you. There's someone who's taking you to places where you want to go. And this is exactly how conversational pop-ups work, asking your visitors about their interests and taking you to the places where they want to go. So with conversational pop-ups, you get more data about your visitors because you get to learn about their interests. You create more personalized campaigns since after somebody picks something from here, the next steps are based on whatever they picked on the first step. So this helps you to make more personalized campaigns, and you can drive revenue without annoying your visitors. Okay, how do they work? Actually, quite simple. Let's just look at an example here. Let's say that I land on this website, and then I'm looking with this pop-up. Like, what is your number one goal right now? I want to rewind my skin, hair, and nails. I really want to do that. Right, the next step, now they're asking my email, okay? And then I put my email here, right? Press send, and then I get my discount code, and then I am getting product recommendations and discount based on the option that I chose in the first step. So based on my interest, they're making this journey personalized for me and giving me the products based on my interest, okay? All right, does it work? So I've been, talking good things about conversational pop-ups. You might be wondering, that why is this guy just, talking? This guy's doing too much talk, but he's not showing us any data, right? No, you could say that. Here's some data, and this data is based on some of the e-commerce stores that we are working together with, right? We've been running some experiments with those stores that we've been working with, and here are some results. Let's go over them one by one. So 15 to 25% of the customers who see the conversational pop-ups, they end up answering the questions. So what does that mean? That means that you get 3 to 4 times increase in initial engagement, plus you get to have access to their personal data. You get to know their interests. And then from that 15 to 25%, 40 to 60% of those people who answered the question will opt in with their email, right? So this means that 1.5 to 2 times increase in total contact sign up. And then from that 40 to 60%, 10 to 30% who submitted their email end up making purchase. And that's basically 10 to 50% increase in total sales. Let me give you now a live example. Just in case if you don't believe me, there's the live one. So we've been experimenting with this conversational pop-up. And then on the left side, you can see a traditional pop-up. We're just giving a discount and then asking for an email. And the conversion rate for this is 6.85. And the revenue is 782. On the right side is the conversational pop-up that we've been experimenting with. As you can see, we're trying to understand the interest of an user so that we can take him or her to the right place. And the conversion rate here is 20%, right? It's more than 3 times compared to the traditional one. And revenue here is 977. That means plus 25% in the revenue. We'll be sharing more examples like this in the future, so stay tuned. All right, here's some basic examples, some templates that we have in the Optimonk library. You can see here on the left side we have example from a skincare company, example from a company who's selling bikes. All right, so how easy it is to get started, right? Let's just create one together. Let me just exit. Let me just go to Optimonk template library, right? This is our inspirational library where you can find the templates, the ready-made templates that we have. You can see some conversational pop-up examples, and I just for this example, I just want to take this one, all right? And then we go use this template. Right, I'm automatically logged in since I have my account. Well, shameless plug marketing here. I'm gonna do it on my own website, right? And you can put your domain there, and then after that you press save. There it is. Actually, we have the conversational pop-up ready for you. You can see the steps here: main page, page 2, thank you page, and then a teaser if you want. And on the left side, you can basically customize the steps layout, and you can add element. You can also do any kind of customization by clicking on the pop-up itself, right? You want to change fonts, you can do that. Again, here you want to change the selections, you can easily do that. If you want to change the view from desktop to mobile, you can do it from here as well. Let's just move forward. Let's say that you finished the first step. For the second step, basically, you can do all the customizations that I've just mentioned the same way here as well. This is your lead generation page, and then thank you page and your teaser if you want it as a last step. And again, shameless marketing here. After you're done, you basically just press save and next, and you're set to go. You can get the results that I've promised on